Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where civilization starts over. We're on episode 12 now, I think. And in the last video we saw many things happen, but the big main event was the complete filling of Asia here. And, and the rise of this Mongolian state. But if you like the series so far, please like and subscribe, as it would mean everything to me. I'm on goal to 50 subscribers at least by the end of the year, but I'm trying to get 100 subscribers by the end of the year. But yeah, let's get back into the video. So the first event of this video will be the Iberians. They will be invading Ireland, or at least what's left of them. So they will be landing over here in the west, and Ireland only has one major city, that being their capital, and they're very weak, and so we'll just see they reach the capital with ease before taking over the whole nation. Now let's look at peace treaty between Ireland and Iberia. And in the space treaty we see Iberia taking all of Ireland, or at least what's left of them, and we see the Iberian Empire growing more and more. But we will also be seeing Iberia expand once more, this time taking these islands that I'm surprised no one has claimed yet. But no, that wasn't the main thing they're going to expand to. They're going to land over here in this part of South Africa, making a nice port colony right like this, before continue moving around, making it to these islands and taking them, before finally making it to their destiny, that being Australia, as they make another port colony just like this around the coast. But moving on, we'll see another thing happen in Africa, that being down here in South Africa. As we see many tribes over here unite into one solitary state. So we basically see a South African nation form. Now it's in pieces, yes, but that will be fixed really soon, as we see it start to expand, connecting up with all of its pieces, just like that. Now they will actually blockade the Iberians from expanding anymore into South Africa, as they want all of this for themselves. So they so they will end up looking like this after they're done expanding. But we'll be looking over here up into Asia, as if one nation join an alliance over here, and that will be the first Chinese nation. They will be joining a cross alliance, as their enemy is Korea. India, they don't have good relations with India. They want to reclaim our lost land from South China, so why not join the cross alliance? But we will see another nation join the cross alliance, that being this slime Japanese nation. Now they only join this because South Korea is more stronger than them, and Korea has threatened them, so that's why they join. And that will be it for the cross alliance expanding, as we don't see any more alliances expand yet. But then we'll be seeing another event happen, that will be an thing with Turkey. So we see Turkish forces enter this Egyptian nation, capturing this major city really quick before closing in over here and continuing pushing downward. They will then be making a naval landing over here, capturing this major city too, before continuing down, splitting it in like this and capturing all of that. We'll be then seeing this front continue expanding, as we see them capture yet another major city. As we then see this cold Egyptian nation, they will be surrendering. So this peace treaty will be simple, as we see Turkey only take these parts, but we also see this Egyptian nation join the cross alliance. As we now see the cross alliance basically start to grow more, Moving away from this Egypt here, we'll be looking over at this Libyan nation. Now this nation is the only nation in the world at the moment that is in complete anarchy, and that is because after the Romans collapsed, the Iberians did not uh, make this a good nation. Their government fell pretty quick, and yeah, there are just a bunch of groups popping up like that are taking their claim of the nation, and nobody's really doing anything. So we'll be actually see this nation being divided into multiple other nations. So yeah, let's take a look at that. So this will be looking like this, and these four new nations will be pretty big, or not big. They're very small compared to every other nation that is in the world. But we'll be looking away from that over back to Europe once more, or into this region. Now this region is has very high tension, as if you look at the alliance later we see they have the circle alliance like this. Now it is formed against Iberians, as the Iberians are very strong and scary at this moment. But we'll be not seeing the Iberians invade France, but France will invade another nation, and that will be this poor nation over here, as we see France start their invasion, entering in from the north. As you see their friend over here, the North Italian nation, they'll be entering from the south. As you see, this nation, it won't win this, it's game over. So we basically see this nation being divided into two like this. And now let's look at a peace treaty. So this peace treaty will look something like this. These Nordic islands will take this, and France will be taking this, making the border with Germany a lot bigger. But we'll be not looking over there, as we look up here in the north, where we actually see another war happen. As we see, Sweden, they'll be invading Norway once more, this time to take over the whole nation. So we see Swedish troop enter here from the east. And they've already captured one major city, but they focus on this other major city. But then we see a bad thing happen. As it was mostly the government, the oligarchy wanted to do this, and not the people of this nation. So we actually see a rebellion, you could say, form. So while this war is happening, we basically see all of Denmark break away, and Sweden is not quick enough to act, as they make a landing over here, take this island, and just continue down into Copenhagen Island, making it even all the way into this major city before we see the Swedish guards, like not real military, but we just see guards form like that, like a wall, stopping them from expanding more. As we then see as more bad news, as we see Norway start to push back, taking back this major city before also taking this major city back. And it's just not the best day for Sweden here, as we see them be pushed back completely to the border over here before it failing in the north too, and they'll be stuck like that. Now they will be sending more soldiers down here in the south, as we see them quickly regain ground against the Danish revolutionaries, landing Copenhagen Island and taking this major city back, before going down and taking back this major city. Now, as they get the Danish out of Copenhagen Island, they will be making it over here, where you see a lot of people hate the Swedish government. And as they make it here, we see the population that live here, they will be actually fighting back and fighting for the Danish. So we basically see all of this be abandoning the Swedish government and doesn't want to rejoin them. and they will actually be making the solution to join up with Norway. We see another front open up as we actually see Norwegian soldiers. They will be landing in Copenhagen Island, taking the island over really quickly before continuing down, taking this island and making a small landing in South Sweden. Now we look over up here as we see the Swedish soldiers regain land, taking this major city before stopping as they now need to focus down on the mainland. And this is the first war we actually see Sweden struggle against their enemy. But as we see, the Norwegians continue expanding, capturing this major city and this major city. We just see three pockets break away from the main Swedish government, and yeah, it's game over. As we see this, they will be taking back this before starting to invade into Sweden from up here to capturing two major cities really quick. And we'll see the biggest military failure in Swedish history just happen, as the Swedish government, one of the strongest military powers in the world, surrender over to Norway. Now let's look at a peace treaty between Sweden, Norway and these rebels. So this will be the brutal peace treaty where we see Sweden and their empire being destroyed. As we all of these three rebel groups get their independence, we also see Norway will be getting control of the Swedish strait and getting these lands. Sweden will also lose all of these claims, as we see Iceland/Greenland becoming its own nation, and the Swedish government will be changing from an oligarchy over to an monarch. So this peace treaty basically breaks all of Sweden. As we see Sweden, they will be officially exiting the cross alliance, and they will actually become very neutral. They will try to, as their new government, they will have a monarchy installed, as they will try to rebuild their nation as it's very destroyer. And to mark this new change, as to move on from their past mistakes, they'll be moving their capital from here in South Sweden all the way up over here to this city. Now it's very weird to place it right here where we see the the rebel, like the rebellion being formed. But we also see a bad thing is that Norway will be joining the Diamond Alliance. So we see Norway enter the Diamond Alliance, and yeah. So this is the biggest military failure actually in history so far, as we have never seen any like top 10 power lose to someone that isn't even in like in 25th power, I would say. They're in 25 in power ranking, I would say, and Sweden was in top 10. So yeah, it's a pretty embarrassing defeat. But move on from this big explosion, we'll be looking over at Africa, where we see a meeting being held, and this treaty, it's going to divide all of Africa. So yeah, let's look at this peace treaty. So we see this being the final like thing of the treaty. So we see every nation that is a part of this say that this is the final thing. So let's start. We'll start over here with the Northern African nation, where we see them expanding a little bit. As we see, Europe still respects this content, kinda, you could say. Not very much, but I mean, civilization starts here. You need to give them at least a little bit of land. But moving down here now, we'll be seeing this West England nation. They'll be taking all of this from this nation. They will be also taking this. You see Iberia take all of that. We don't see this nation, they'll be taking this and that. We don't actually see South China managed to get a pretty big piece over here. Then we see France still managed to take all of this, including these islands right off their coast. They'll be also taking all of this northern part of this Madagascar nation. West England will also be taking this. And Iberia will taking all of this and destroying this South African nation, but they'll be getting some of that. And yeah, this is Africa now divided between some powers and all of that. And yeah, that's going to be all for this video. If you like it, please subscribe. That would mean a lot for me. As I said at the start, I'm on the road to 50 subscribers by the end of the year, but I'm trying to get 100 subscribers at least. But yeah, I'm just going to say World 1 is starting to close in, and it's going to be long. It's going to be multiple videos, I hope. But anyways, that's all for this video. Bye bye.